I wanted to play this for you guys. We're all jamming in there.
And we back.
And we back.
And we back. And we back. And we back. And we back. And we
That's where you got it from.
Yup.
And we back. And we back.
And we back.
Hey, now I
This
know.
ain't no intro, it's the entree. Hit that intro with Kanye. I sound like Andre. Tryna turn my baby mama to my fiance. She like music, she from Houston. Like Auntie
Hey, Chance the
Beyonce.
Rapper is too dope, man.
That's from Acid Rap?
It's from the coloring book. Or
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Dope.
Coloring book. Yeah, the first song with Kanye. All We Got, Kanye West, and Chicago. Yeah.
I feel like when you first started singing the We Back after our intro, I thought it was a Kanye thing, and I guess I might have been right because you said Kanye's on that song.
Yeah, Kanye's on it.
Wow. I feel like there is another song that is a Kanye song where he says then we back. I gotta find it because it's gonna be bugging me.
The coloring book probably is my favorite Chance album.
Nice.
I think, yeah. I listened to that one more than all the other albums for sure.
Nice. I was kind of late on the whole Chance the Rapper everything until he came out with I can't even remember.
He has some good songs. I think he has some good songs.
Definitely. Well,
we back.
We back. What is up, you guys?
I feel like we got to start every episode with that song now.
Yeah.
Because we sing it all. Well, I sing it all the time.
So until we get stricken for copyright, we could keep using that song. But we said this in another episode, actually several episodes. Anyone out there that can make a jingle for us, we will use it if it's fire.
We do need a song.
I will
Intro, outro.
I'll offer 50 of our own personal dollars to whoever can give us a ready to go jingle that is fire.
Oh my goodness. We actually are back though. It's been a little while.
It's been a couple of weeks at least.
We kind of had a summer break, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of unintentional.
Very unintentional. There was a very because we shared the studio, so there was some scheduling conflicts as well that kept us from recording this past week. But yeah,
and then life
now.
stuff. So
life stuff.
Scheduling conflicts for sure.
Vacations.
Holidays. For a second, I thought you said vacations.
it was a vacation with my bae.
She had a vacation.
Yeah, we did.
How was it?
It was great. You know what? We've been so far removed from recording that we forgot to do our intro.
Oh, we did. Damn. Okay, let's go.
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Hey.
It's your girl, Lindz.
And it's Hazel Joy.
And this is
the Fillennials Podcast. And we back.
And we back.
And we back.
We're officially now done the intro.
We got so excited that we just kind of didn't do the intro.
But I think that's kind of what I love about our conversations because, we just fly by the seat of our pants.
Keep it
all
organic.
Spontaneous.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But yeah, Vegas. Went to Vegas all of last week during the Vegas heat wave.
Oh.
I think they had a record-breaking, 5 days in a row where it was 115 degrees plus in a row. And the last day, it rained.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You know what? And I remember I was just telling you that 2 years ago I went for the Usher concert and it was also July, but I was further along than pregnant wise. And I was like, I don't know how, but I just remember I wanted to stay indoors the whole time because it was just way too hot to be outside and I didn't even want to go to the pool. I was like, no, let's just stay inside.
It was dope because you stayed at the Park MGM.
Yep.
Which is a non-smoking casino.
You told me that actually.
Yeah.
And we were already planning on staying there because that's where it was at, the Dolby Theater.
So as someone that doesn't smoke, that's trying to stay away from smoke because of your pregnancy. And someone that's going to see a concert at the very same venue, that was the perfect place for you to stay.
It was perfect. I like that he did that too at that hotel where it was a non-smoking casino. I didn't even realize that.
I wish more casinos would do that. There's a lot of casinos that have a smoking room where it's kind of just glassed
Contained.
off. Yeah, but not all of them are strictly non-smoking. So shout out to the Park MGM.
I feel like over time it's probably going to be more common. We'll see that maybe, but
yeah.
But you know what? Because now that I am a mom, I kind of I'm always like, what is there to do in Vegas? But there's actually a lot of different things you can do with kids out there. Like,
there's a ton.
Yeah, because my son watches. You probably aren't familiar with it, but it's really popular among like toddlers. This guy on YouTube named Blippi, and he's just like this over charismatic adult that dresses like in this bright colored outfit with suspenders and orange glasses and orange hat, and like he has a very like like acts like a kid himself, but it's so popular. Like toddlers love him. My son loves him, and what he does, he goes around different like play areas or like zoos, and like he kind of showcases wherever he's at, and he has shown some places in Vegas, and I'm like, oh, there's actually a lot of like kid things to do out there. So I'm like, oh, we got to take him out there one day.
There is. Yeah. So me and my boyfriend, we actually did a lot of family-friendly type of activities because he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
And we, in general, don't really party.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of things that we did was the Pinball Hall of Fame.
Oh, what's that?
So it's at the end of the strip, the south end of the strip, and it's basically a huge museum of old pinball and arcade games.
Oh.
Most of them are operational, and a lot of them are really funky and like from like the 60s, 70s,
Wow.
80s, all the way up until like the 2000s. So there's a huge variety of games. That board game Operation?
Yeah.
There's an actual like big like arcade pinball style version of that, and it was so much fun. So admission is free. You just pay for the games that you play.
Oh, wow.
So
and do they still like take coins, or do they upgrade it to like cards or something?
Quarters. So they have change machines.
Okay.
When you go in there, it's cool because it's like someone's collection of games and pinball machines that they open to the public, and all the money that they generate from people playing just goes into funding the museum.
Wow.
So it's really, really cool. And there was a bunch of kids and their parents playing.
That's
a
fun.
lot of like young kids playing. So that was cool.
That reminds me of an arcade area in San Francisco. I think it's like, I don't know if it's in like Fisherman's Wharf or like near it, but they do have, I remember going to an arcade and they had very old school games that you can still play. And it's like, whoa, it's kind of crazy. You ever like visit like older, I guess, museums or whatever, and it's like it showcases like older things, and it's kind of low-key creepy, like the dolls and like just like everything. And like,
oh god,
it kind of like reminded me of that, very like nostalgic, and but like cool that you can still play them and like put coins and, like, or even when they had those little peep things, and like
you know
what I'm talking about,
the little like, I know what you're talking about. It's kind of like a box, and then you have to like flip the slides and stuff.
It's really interesting.
That's
like the kind of games and stuff they had back then. I don't know.
At that spot though, they had like my favorite game as a kid. I used to have a Nintendo, and I used to play Paperboy.
I don't know. What
it's
is
basically
that?
Like a kid on a bike delivering papers. But then you have to like hit zombies, and you have to make sure like the newspaper gets to the person's doors, and it's just obstacles.
This is
like
on
obstacle
Nintendo?
courses. It was on Nintendo, and then there was an arcade game of it. So I was like, playing it. There was like handlebars.
Okay. So was it like which Nintendo? Because I started playing Super Nintendo.
It was Super Nintendo.
Was it Super Nintendo? Yeah. Okay, because I know there's an older one before Super Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
And the controllers were like squared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second.
Because the Super Nintendo had the round controls.
Yes.
With like the gray, the purple.
I think you're
know
right.
What I'm talking about?
Yes, I might have had both for briefly.
Did you ever play Sega?
I never had a Sega.
I never had a Sega, but I played it at my cousin's too.
Same.
Yeah.
They would play Mortal Kombat. Yes.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god. I used to love those fighting games. To this day, I still don't know how to fight, but I was just like mash the buttons.
I feel like that's all you do, but then really there is actual codes that like
actual sequences.
Exactly.
But I just get lucky sometimes, and yeah. But yeah, so the Pinball Museum, and then there's the Neon Museum. Where it's pretty family friendly. Basically all the old neon signs that used to belong on the Vegas Strip and all around Vegas that are no longer in use, they have it all collected in this big yard. Basically, they call it the Boneyard because it's like just old signs that no longer work, but some of them get lit up, and it's so fascinating.
That's so cool. Because you would think they would probably trash them, but the fact that they kept them, like, that's really cool.
They definitely kept them.
Where's that located at in Vegas?
It's considered the arts district, so it's kind of near the downtown area. Yeah,
I heard that's a really fun area to be. I don't think I've ever really explored downtown, like in the arts district.
I've been on Fremont Street, which is kind of like Old Town. People call it Old Town Vegas, where it's like a strip of casinos, and it gets a little ratchet. But there's like music stages with like live bands and DJs and stuff like that. But then there's people that like perform on the actual like street performers. And some of them look and are really like vulgar.
Really?
So. But you know what? People love taking their kids to Fremont Street. I guess because it's just free entertainment, free singers on stage and like DJs. And then all these like performers performing for like dollars to donate or whatever. But yeah, it just baffles me that people like have their kids in their strollers. It's like midnight, 1 o'clock. And they're like around all these like vulgar kind of looking performers.
Really?
I mean, not to shame anybody for trying to make money. Because you know how like there's showgirls that would pose with people for money, and like now they have like the guy versions.
They have the people like doing those
that's
papers.
Different.
No, like throwing those
little cards.
Yeah, those cards
those
going.
Business cards. Yeah, that's a little different. But yeah,
I just see like them littering like.
Yeah, oh, so bad. Because they hand them to people and people just throw them on the ground. They're like, oh, I don't want that. But yeah, so Fremont Street is one place that you shouldn't take kids.
But then you see that all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what though? I have like a love-hate because Vegas is fun, but I don't know. I think as I get older, the crowd's just kind of really like, I don't want to be around it, because I remember going, I think the last time I was there was around Christmas time, and we went to, is it Bellagio, where they always have the cool decorations in that little garden area?
Yes.
We went and it was so ridiculously packed. I think it wasn't Christmas Day, but it was probably a couple of days leading to Christmas Day, or was it Christmas Eve or something? But it was like they had the Christmas decorations, and then it was so uncomfortable, like walking, like you couldn't even really enjoy looking at everything because it was just and then people are shoving, and then I literally had my son like in my arms, like, okay, this can't be fun for us.
Right. That was the Bellagio Conservatory, where everything's made out of flowers. It's really beautiful. But yeah, everyone's like trying to take pictures, trying to like, it's really hard to respect other people's bubbles when you're at a place like that.
And during the holidays, that it's like crazy, because that was like Christmas time, and I mean I should have expected that, but still I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, we strolled through it really briefly, and I mean, I think the only times where it's not packed is like early in the morning.
Yeah, it's like packed all the time. I know.
Yeah, definitely. Well, so what else have you been up to, Hazel? First of all, I really love the haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. What made you decide to cut your hair?
Well, I actually got it cut today. I didn't do it myself, but I got it cut today. And I've been talking about it for a long time to get my hair cut, and I go, if you guys have known me for a while or like followed my socials, like I've always had these like hair transitions, and I would go really long to really short, and then different colors, and for as long as we've known each other, I've probably gone through every hairstyle.
Oh, yeah. Yes, every length.
And this is just to come back because I've had it before, but it's just my hair's really like long and thick, and so it's pretty high maintenance, and it just feels like it was time to like let go. And I always feel like once I like chop it off, it's like, I could breathe, like that weight just kind of like, because I don't like doing my hair, and I really just had it in a bun, like all day, every day. And I just want to like be able to just like be free and like not have to do much, and just like easier to maintain. Like if I wanted to style it, it won't take 3 hours to blow dry and straighten and curl. And I know I'll probably get over the short hair, but I know my hair grows fast, so it'll be fine.
I think you are like really rare, because you pull off a lot of like different looks.
Thank you.
And I think because your hair is so thick and healthy, that if you were to just do like no maintenance on your short hair, it'll still look good, because you have like a full thick head of like healthy hair. So
thank
you're lucky.
I did experience hair loss, I think, postpartum the last pregnancy, but it wasn't crazy enough where, because I do have a lot of hair, like I don't think it was that crazy. But when I did notice is couple years ago, like when I got COVID, like the first time they're really bad, I noticed that months later my hair was like falling out in like clumps.
Wow.
And it was almost like alarming, because JP would be like, do you think you should get that checked out? Like it was like clumps, and I noticed that it wasn't happening just to me, like other women that I knew had that did also have COVID later on had the same thing. And I was like, oh, I think it's a COVID related thing, but it kind of stopped happening, but it was kind of weird. But again, I have so much hair that I'm like,
like you could barely notice.
Yeah. But then I felt bad for the other girls because they had really thin hair and then they were like having bald spots. And I was like, oh no. But
I think it might have been like an immunity response.
Yeah.
Like your immune system which tried so hard to fight the COVID that it kind of fought maybe other cells. So like maybe that's what caused your hair to fall out.
Do you think it could be, I don't know, maybe this is kind of a reach, but I remember just kind of like, because we would talk about it because it was happening to a lot of us in the office at the time. And it was like, is it a hormonal thing? And like the fact that like, it's like all women, like we see each other all day, every day, like, I don't know. But then we did also have like COVID like a little while back too. So I was like, I wonder what it is. But it eventually stopped for me.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Wow.
But yeah.
Scary.
It was weird.
Dang. So what else is new, Hazel?
Other than the hair.
Other than like the hair, the scary hair stories.
I know, right? No, honestly, not much is new, like, besides the hair. I mean, I'm now about 27 weeks pregnant, so I'm almost in the 3rd trimester. And I would say it's going okay. I have my moments up and down. Like, I know I kind of talk about these things with you on the side of like just, you know, my mental health and things like that. But on the plus side, I did go back to therapy. So even though I've so far had one session, it felt really good to just make myself a priority again.
Yeah.
And just like remembering, you know, to be grateful, like have gratitude and just kind of refocus my priorities, because being a full-time stay-at-home mom is really challenging in its own ways. I mean, like, people think like, it like sounds like a vacation, but it's also work, you know, like, yeah, like I do love that I don't have a strict schedule to abide by, but at the same time, you kind of do, because you got to put them down for naps, you know, and things like that. But, and then like feeding and meal times and stuff like that. But I'm just grateful that I have a pretty solid support system. So that keeps me in check, and having family close by and being really helpful is like, all of that is really good. So other than that, I just been, you know, again, just mom lifing it up and trying to like find my identity again. I know, I think I've talked about that on the show like a little bit here and there, but
yeah.
I do want to give a shout out. Can I give a shout out to the random moms that I've been meeting, because I haven't really been proactive on like my personal social media as much, but I have been really active on my personal threads.
Ooh,
and you know how I feel like the algorithm on there is so fun, because whatever you're interacting with, liking, replying to, or even just searching or whatever, it like populates. I mean, this goes for all social medias, like timelines, but specifically on threads, I feel like it's low-key a little slept on, because I've been active almost every day on there, whether it be like interacting, liking, reposting, and now like my stuff is starting to get like hits, like people are replying. I'm like, oh shoot, like I had like 70 likes on one thread one time, and then I got like 5 or more like new follows, and it's like, so I did want to give a shout out to like all the moms on the threads, because there's a really loving, supportive mom community on there. And it's kind of like, I'm getting chills talking about this, because I was really yearning and seeking a mom community, like, and specifically like stay-at-home moms, because it is very isolating at times. And I just like felt like I think I'm finding my tribe on there. Ooh, so shout out to y'all, because it's so fun. Like, just like you can feel like everyone's being genuine. Like I posted, anybody have any nausea remedies for pregnant women? And I got like a lot of comments on that. And I was like, man, I should have like been on threads, but yeah, it's awesome. Fun. It's fun.
You know what? And that's one thing I noticed when I started using it too, is that it's different from Twitter, because Twitter, you kind of have to, the only people that appear on your timeline are people that you follow. But on threads, it's all like algorithms, suggestions, and things like that. So it's like you don't have to try so hard to find people to follow, because it's just suggesting content to you based on your activity and your searches and who you've already interacted with. So that's dope. And I think what you might find interesting too might be Reddit. You might be able to find mom communities on Reddit as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I know. I always feel like I want to find because I do know like moms and like some, I don't know, I think I have like social anxiety, and it's weird to say that, being that I am, or can I say was now, like an extrovert. Like, like I used to like host track life parties, and I was a very like outgoing, but when you're like alone at home all day every day with your kid, like I feel like it changes you. Like, you're not in the office every day talking to other adults. So it's kind of like, now I'm like, am I this awkward social being? Because I don't know how to act. Like, I mean, you can throw me in a room with like strangers and I'll still be like myself, and like talk to people. But now I'm kind of like, I think it's more like the social anxiety. Like, I want to pull back, and I'm like, ugh. But so it's interesting because maybe finding my tribe on Threads, but do I really want to, like, am I ready for that next step to find local people and like meet up, with the other moms? I don't know if I'm like ready for that unless I already like know somebody like in person.
Got it.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, just keep making connections on social media, and it might lead you to, I don't want to call it a play date with like another mom or whatever, but just see where it leads. And you know what's dope about having connections on Threads versus other social media apps is that there's no photos, unless you don't have to post photos.
You don't have to. It's like Twitter.
Yeah.
But see, Twitter is like, now it's X. It's I feel like it's become such a like a negative pool, like of
I feel that
people being like, but on Threads is such a different vibe. It's very like, at least my algorithm, it's like very positive and uplifting. I don't know, did you notice that? It's like different. It's a different vibe.
So this is just a small piece of the things that I look up or that I like on social media. Sometimes I like certain political type things, and then next thing you know, like my timeline is like filled with people that have like similar interests or similar views, and I'm like, this is great. Like,
it's cool.
I'm not afraid of coming across. Well, not afraid. Like, I feel like there's less chance of me coming across something that would make me angry.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's not as random as other sites, I think.
I would encourage, like I was talking to Erin, I think, we might have to have a Fillennials thread soon, because honestly, I think that it's really like slept on. It's low key, and I think that it catches on really fast. Like, and I also did see on my timeline someone talking about there are paid opportunities too, but also because you know how Instagram, they do have little bonus payouts, and usually you have to get invited for that, and it's just same as Threads. I think you have to get invited for like those bonus payouts, because I remember posting reels on Instagram like a little bit, like at least once a day or pretty consistently, and I got invited to those bonus payouts, and I didn't get a lot, but because I didn't really do it often, and then I was like, damn, I need to get like back on it, because I remember I was getting like $20 here and there. I'm like, shoot, that's $20.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
I think the most I got was maybe like, I want to say $60, but maybe it was like less than that. I don't know. But yeah, so there's opportunities. I think I just get anxiety too of like being judged for what I put out, but here we are doing this podcast though, so I guess we're past that already.
But I'm like, I feel like I get really self-conscious when it comes to a lot of stuff like that, and especially with our podcast, because you and I we would talk on the side, and I'd be like, ooh, I don't know if we should talk about this or dive into that too deeply or whatever, because I am a little bit like self-conscious,
kind of reserved about it.
Yeah. And I to go back to what you're saying about feeling isolated as a mom, stay-at-home mom, and then when you're out in public you feel a little bit more anxious than you used to prior to your mom life. And that reminds me of when I worked from home for like 2 years during the shutdown, and then coming out of it I was like, damn, I feel really self-conscious. Like I feel like I don't know how to talk to people. I feel like I don't know when to shut up. It's like damn, tell me I've been like living under a rock for 2 years without telling me I've been living under a rock for 2 years. Because like once you like open the floodgates, I'm just like yapping and I have to catch myself like, oh my God, it sounds like I have not talked to like a living soul in like ages.
Yeah.
But
oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. I forgot to give, this is such a random thought. I don't even mean to like change subjects on you really quick, but I didn't even give my hairstylist a shout out. Cece from Main Labs in Costa Mesa. Check her out. I love her. She's so sweet. we've been friends for a little while, but it's been a while since I see her. But sorry, I just didn't want to forget.
Oh,
so
no, yes.
I don't know why I didn't shout her out.
Ooh, could that be a small business shout out?
Yes, small business shout out. She's awesome. She does cuts.
Oh,
like she's really great at that. But she does like whatever you want. But yeah, you remember when I had the purple hair? Yes, that was all her.
Oh,
yeah,
great job.
She's
Main Labs, MANE.
MANE Lab.
Nice.
Main Lab in Costa Mesa.
And girl, I might have to make an appointment because this hair is getting long. So.
Yeah, she's awesome. Tell her Hazel sent you from the Fillennials.
Give me that
quick
discount.
Small business shout out.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so how's everything? Is anything new with you?
Oh my gosh.
Besides your biggest trip?
Well, just work stuff. We hired several new people, so our company is growing a bit, and it's like taking a lot off my plate, but at the same time, it's giving me more work. But yeah, so I mean, as a company, we're growing, and I have to be grateful for that. As busy and as hard and as tired as I feel, at the end of the day, I do have to be grateful that I do have, job security.
Yeah, no, that's huge.
So that's good. But yeah, so that's kind of new, like the developments within the company. Other than that, that's pretty much it. We got some family parties coming up. We were talking about like you and I both have nieces that are gonna have debuts soon. So I gotta buy an outfit. One? Yes.
Oh, so you had one before, like not too long ago, and then you have another. When's that one?
September 1st.
Okay, so yeah, September.
Yeah.
And then we have our girl J Rose and Alex getting married next month. It's coming
in a couple of weeks.
Bro, we need to figure out what we're gonna wear.
I have no idea.
Whatever fits me.
Do you guys have any suggestions for, and I don't even know if it's outdoor. It's like a wine country type of place. It's like a country club, right? And it's gonna be kind of in like the Southern California desert. It's gonna be hot. So what do you guys suggest we wear? It's gonna be in the early evening. If you guys have any suggestions, comment down below. I don't know how to dress myself when it comes to like fancy attire.
Same. Like it's been such a while. Like I don't even know. I feel like I had a couple options. I just got to make sure they will still fit me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I tried on some stuff like not too long ago. Shout out to my sister. She gave me like some clothes. But I don't know. I was like, well, I have to try them on again to see if they'll still fit. Because I know my belly is going to be bigger in a couple more weeks too. Yeah.
You know what would be fun? Because I mean, I see these all the time where it's like, it would be someone trying on different dresses for different occasions, and they ask their people that view their video to vote which one's the best dress for them. So I might, why don't we do that?
We should. We can post it on the Fillennials Instagram.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Y'all can vote.
I do remember doing that from my last pregnancy too. I bought a bunch of maternity clothes and I had transitions. That was probably my
Usher
first
concert.
Yeah, that was probably my first transition video. You know what? I'm so glad we're talking about this because then I have some clothes options that I can probably wear. Well,
there you go.
If I can find them in my closet, but
some of those outfits were really sexy.
But some of them I haven't actually worn, so I'm like, yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
Maybe I can just
go through and see how they look on you, how you feel in them.
Yeah.
Maybe have our viewers vote on them.
Hey, I know that was a fun video to make because I think it was my first transition video. I'm like, ooh, this is
nice. Yeah, I think
we got to do that.
We got to do whatever it takes to figure out what to wear for this wedding because it is coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess comfort is like the biggest thing though. Like I just want to make sure we're comfortable because it's going to be hot.
I'm sure you guys can tell in this video with this hot light on me that I'm sweating right now. It's warm in here.
You got your little fan going. I might need to buy one of those because I gave mine to my mom. I had a little handheld fan.